Ogenze wapa. Hello.
Fellow Ugandans, for years since Uganda got her independence, there has been declining levels of democracy and rule of law. Billions have been lost in scandals. Mothers have died while giving birth in poor medical facilities, characterized with no medical supplies. Youth unemployment is at its peak, and the education system is alarming. Would you wish for a new Uganda where recruitment is based on merit, not through political patronage? A new Uganda where land and equitable distribution of national resources is secured. A new Uganda where there is justice, respect for human rights, rule of law and democracy. A new Uganda where there is proper governance, equal access to quality public services, especially health and education. A people-centered Uganda where there is a right to social justice. A new Uganda for liberation, servant leadership, social and economic transformation. A new Uganda where there is an end to poverty, zero tolerance for corrupt practices, gender equality and a people-centered government. A new Uganda where the future of our children's children is guaranteed. Then vote Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert for President of Uganda 2021-2026. People power, our power. National Unity Platform everywhere. This message is powered by Echoto, Uganda.
Thank you, everybody. I hope the volume is coming up. I'm trying to hear myself as well as speaking to you. I'll be watching your comments. I'll be watching your comments as the program goes on. So now I guess the sound is okay. Pam Kawa is my guest today. Thank you very much. Volume is okay. So today I'm going to speak about how internet has challenged and has exposed the NRM government. Their response has been anger. Their response has been they don't understand, they come after us, and how other entities who are meant to promote digital world, they have been compromised. And what is the big loss? That is what I want to talk about today. Morning, everybody. My name is Demi Kiza. As always, everybody, whoever doesn't know, Demi Kiza, I come here with the artifacts together. The news, we have got a by-election coming up this week on Friday in Kayunga for RC5. And our candidate is called Nakwete Harriet Kafero. And please vote her and support her. Render your prayers because NRM, they have deployed a lot. So please watch, pray for this woman because NRM, for them, they don't understand democracy. They don't understand the reasoning for civil activities like voting. They just come to rig, to cause violence. So our prayers for our candidate, LC5, Nakwete Harriet Kafel. And another news, we still have fundraising going on for our council. Mary is suffering from cancer, stage 4, and he needs help. And so far he's contributed money, but he needs 50,000 US dollars. Other news that we have is democracy. There is democracy conference this week. This is why you are seeing the hashtag DNA. No DNA when they check to see who is your father, who is your mother, whatever. It's democracy, not arms. It's the hashtag trending now. I encourage everybody to use it. However, my advice I can add on, we can add on Sweden did a report conclusive It is evidence-based to do with the democracy in the whole world. But they detailed a lot for Uganda. If we can pick up some few comments from that report, I think that signifies, and that will energize Sweden because of the work they put into that, and they have brought everything on the table. They have exposed themselves, they have exposed everybody, and it's way to use that information to our advantage. So digital world has challenged NRM, has exposed NRM. They have embarrassed NRM. Everybody, wherever we are, we have been challenged by the digital world. We live in the digital world. It's a globalization. The world is becoming smaller and smaller, simple because of digital. And if you have leaders who are in analog, they are not willing to change, to adapt from analog to the digital, it spells danger. And their response has not been easy, has not been simple, but has been worse, that they have responded in anger. If you can see, we had President Museveni at one day, he said Robert Kyagulanyi is the enemy of Uganda because he tells the whole world what is happening in Uganda. But the idea should be that Robert is not the problem, but they are making mistakes. And because of digital availability of information, of footage, image, everything, so they are being exposed before we even go out to say it. So Robert has no exposed Uganda. Robert has not, is not the enemy of Uganda. The enemy of Uganda is bad leaders because they are failing to deliver service. And the West International is giving us lots of money, but they cannot see where that money is going. So NRM, they have come back in anger, and their anger is big loss to Uganda. Their anger, they have violated human rights. You can see how people that they have come to support change, they can see NRM has been in power for 35 years. They have failed, and people, they say it's enough, we better try something new. And how they have responded in anger is we have ended up in a silent genocide. We have ended up in a silent genocide. I repeat that, because what they are doing, they are killing people, they are decapitating people, they have left so many people injured. We have people, if you can see, people we are fighting to reserve our constitution, some they have ended up into wheelchair. Zake has had problem with the eyes, with the legs. Everybody, if you can see, what do they have to respond into that way? They shouldn't be. They should be able to adapt. If you don't adapt, you are in big problem. Myself, I have to teach myself at least something new. At least it's one thing per day to teach myself something to do with the digital, with the internet. I'm not good at digital, but still I try and teach myself. So they need to adapt. What Museveni has done is about bureaucracy. He has created another office, ICT ministry. And for now, we have got Joyce Sebugwao, who had never had a Facebook. She had never had a Twitter handle. When you are Minister of Politics, you must have a Twitter handle. That signifies you. And when Judith Nabikowa was appointed, she never had a Twitter handle as well. And then she was reminded that she had to have a Twitter handle. A Minister of ICT. Then she applied for 4 billion when we borrowed the money, 5 trillion. 4 billion to put up advertisement everywhere. We have never seen one which we saw was big one from 7 billboard, and it was campaign for NRM. So something to do with the digital world is challenging dictatorial regime, is challenging dictators. What used to be a secret, it cannot be a secret. Museveni doesn't have to tell me what they have discussed in the NRM government. I'll go and find that, because they have to offer that information somewhere else. So the Arab world, was challenged by Spring World. But that Arab world, on the other side, they have prospered. They have taken advantage of the world, that digital world. Now, I wanted to bring you a photo of one of our is a minister officers to do with the digital in Uganda. He had to board an airplane to go to Dubai for Expo. Why did he have to do that? We were in the COVID. He would have stayed home, have a Zoom meeting, have Skype, have whatever they want to do. And then he doesn't have what we are having. We are having wasted of money. But one of the points I want to talk about to you that really angers me, yesterday MTN celebrated 23 years of working in Uganda. I have tweeted it to them this morning. Yesterday I was busy. I come off work, then I have to sleep, then I have to go this, then I have a Zoom last night, and then whatever. However, did you know that MTN is responsible for the outcome? Not MTN, the telecoms in Uganda, they have been compromised. Our media, they have been compromised. You saw Kanale Mugume, media journalist, he comes out, he's got a police protecting him, a journalist, a young man. And then the media and the telecoms, they have been compromised. Prior to election, UCC switched off ordered to turn off the internet. We ended up in big loss, which I'm going to talk about. But as a media company, they have to be independent entity. They have got ethics, they have got policies, they have got rules and procedures. What has happened is that we have lost a lot. MTN as a company, you remember prior to election, the chief executive was deported. He went back to Belgium. But MTN has got its own company somewhere else. And according to human rights, they were probed. The problem, we never took it on. MTN, they were probed under the word human rights because they abused human rights. They abused the rights of people, the freedom of people to speak out. So all this airline, all this telecom, where they cut down the internet, the telephone, which is unlawful. Kenya has moved on. Kenya did it in 2008. They brought in Justice Kanyeri Hamba George. And at this moment, when they go for election, you cannot turn off the internet. That is rule number one. When this woman, Suhuhu of Tanzania, she became a president of Tanzania, first thing he said, please open up all those media outlets which were closed by Magufuli. Allow all those people, politicians, anybody, to come on the media outlet and talk. So talking is a mouthpiece. Talking is free. Talking can break barriers. But what they don't know that for them, they just stop it, block it, and they are causing problem after problem. And you know what? The problem hasn't gone away. Instead of them facing up to the people, speaking to them, they just say, we cut off the internet. We put social media taxes, and we do this. That is unlawful. That is infringement of human rights. We shall talk about the freedom, the rights of the people. But what I want to tell you, MTN, I just tweeted to them this morning. They were responsible for the outcome of the general election in Uganda. It was marred by violence, the cut of information, communication. We lacked to communicate to each other. That encouraged to rig election, and that encouraged NRM to do security, to do all the dirty work, to put Robert Kyagulanyi into house arrest, to cut off his phone. But that was how telecom was compromised. The media was given 10 billion prior to election. For them, they were given 10 billion, and we hear journalists, they were only paid 100,000 shillings. Imagine, on top of your head, on top of your country. So where we are now, digital is challenging everybody. and it's not going back. NUP has benefited. NUP, we have suffered, but we have benefited as a result emergence of digital world. Who doesn't know Robert Chagulanyi now? If Robert Chagulanyi decide as I speak now to beat Sub, we're gonna know. That is what Robert Chagulanyi is. You can see what the government has done is to put a CCTV camera in front of Robert Chagulanyi. But still, the man can do whatever he wants. He was banned from working, but Robert Chagulanyi can make e-concert and he can get a lot of money. We hear government is spending 7 billions on e-concert for those so-called artists. But those artists, they are jokers. We have what they call quality and the quantity. I'll give you one example. 1st of December, we recognized HIV Day in Uganda. What song that was relevant? Mwekume, Chembasaba Mwekume. That was the song. You know, Robert Chagulanyi is breaking and breaking the trees. Robert Chagulanyi cannot go away. We are not here for me to spice him, but I'm here to speak facts. I always speak facts. So Robert Chagulanyi, on 1st of December, people, they remembered the song he sang. But do you know how many people how much money we have spent on advertisement of HIV, and we end up putting billboards of HIV next to Janet Museveni. But this is a song that would have been played. Remember coronavirus, the song Coronavirus for Robert Chagulanyi, who officiated that song, and the whole world is using that song. Rwanda changed it in its own version. Rwanda, amafaranga, amafirimbi, machi, and Kagame put in money, 500,000 for somebody to change it in their language. Everybody, you cannot get away from Robert Chagulanyi. Robert Chagulanyi came into the digital world, and you can stop his music, but his music is coming out to talk to you. It's coming back. His music, imagine, can you play this song Wire Wire? No, you cannot. Can you play all this song on Kwagala, 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 Nyon, Kwagala, Kwagala? No, you cannot. But Robert Chagulanyi, everywhere we go. Remember campaign. Mulonde Mudembe. They don't want to play that song. Now this one, people, they played it on Twitter. Chemba Saba Mwekume. Rest in peace, your brother. I forgot his name. So, when we see the media has been compromised, at this time, the media should be reporting accurately. Because if you report something wrong, we know you are reporting something wrong. When you edit, we know we're going to bring up the last part. The media has also been caught up. The media has been compromised. They don't report the wrongs. They don't report things. The media should be warning. At this moment, when we have coronavirus, the media should be talking about coronavirus. All these adverts, the government, the money we borrowed 5 trillion. 1 trillion should be used into the media to advertise, to reach out, to give information. But you get to Entebbe Airport, there is no leaflet for you. You go in the village, there is no advertise for you. We don't have public health officials coming. We don't have environment people coming in the village because they don't want to spend where it matters. So the media has been blanket. And then they have got people like Tamari Mino. Ha, 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 ha. Media, we are losing. I said to you yesterday, I said to you on Sunday, how the return of Freddie Rumbi would have gained Uganda a lot of money, revenue. Give it to me. Give it to me. I can market that. Freddie Rumbi is coming. I can sell it to anybody everywhere. Now we lost. Then who lost? It's the company. We are ending up with the big losses. I wanted to play a clip by my friend Matia Kasaja, where he said that now it's about money goes into wire, you don't see it, but I don't know technology. It's my son who is telling me, what? Matia Kasaja, what? What? Wake up today. Matia, wake up. Today is Tuesday. Wake up, I'm waking you. 7th of December. Wake up. Stop going on those conferences. They show you on big screen and you feel happy. No, wake up, Matia Kasaja. We are having big financial losses because the world is moving on. If you stay in the analog, it's like we had in Museveni, NRM government did not want to see what was coming on social media. They hired the people, less than 7 people. They boarded the plane. They go to America, to YouTube offices to tell them, stop all these channels, Map Media, JP Mwonge, Ghetto, and those people, they said no. But with the digital world, you don't have to send a delegation of 7 people. Stay home, write a letter, send it to them, email, open up communication, open up Twitter, tweet them, tell them. Now what they ended up sending 7 people, they go there, they waste our money, and they haven't achieved what they have got to achieve. I said to you on Sunday, Facebook as well banned the NRM people who were inciting violence, and them 7 said, no, we will deal with the Facebook. No, Facebook is bigger and bigger and bigger than Uganda. They are just helping Uganda. And you are the people who ban Facebook, but then you use it behind the scenes. So how are we going to communicate with the whole world if you ban social media? How are we going to communicate that you tax the social media? You do it on purpose that people, they should stop Wolokoso. And then you are on Wolokoso as well. You have got Twitter media, Twitter platform, Facebook platform, YouTube. You saw your wife is watching the pastor from Nigeria every day from Facebook. What's all that? So, people power, we have gained a lot. We have lost a little. Kato was bought. He went and they thought he was the IT, he was the best. I hear so many people. Me, I'm an activist, I'm not a blogger. I hear so many bloggers, they fight over this. I'm the best, I was the first, I teach so and so. You can teach me, I can bypass you. But I tell you what, I said to you that for me, I know 2 bloggers in Uganda. 2 bloggers, I repeat it, by their description. I know it's Freddie Rumbuye and I know Shama Benefit. Those are the 2 bloggers I know. The rest, I can categorize them into their perspective. But 2 bloggers, and when Freddie came last week, you knew what a blogger is about. So I don't want to go there. So media compromise, telecoms compromise. Telecoms, they were at the responsibility of what happened in the outcome of election in 2021. They should take responsibility for the silent genocide, for the people who have been killed, for stopping the people, for stopping people's voice. Because people's voice, people, they make choice, they choose Robert Chaguran 54.1, and you, Simon Biabakama, you come and announce Museveni. But then I have good news for Simon Biabakama. He announced Museveni as a winner, but he came up with 103%, which has never been there. So digital is failing everybody. Digital is helping. Digital now, it is our helper, that it is helping us that in a way that we would never thought would be there. Digital is making the world easier. You don't need to go to America now. You can do things, email, you can tweet somebody, Facebook, inbox. Digital is there for everybody to see. So we should embrace digital. But what has happened in Uganda, they have returned in anger. Klaba on opposition, UCC switch off, they stop people appearing on television and the radio, and now we have got big financial loss because we end up spending, people, they get, like we saw people going to Dubai Expo, 3 billion for what? 15 delegation. What did we have to send them? Why don't they stay home and use Zoom and what advertisement they made? is not there. So we are losing financially. We are losing young people. We have young people who are inventive, who have got good ideas, that all they need is leaders who understand digital, who embrace digital. But what we see when somebody, I say young man came up with a good idea and they took him to Museveni. Museveni promised him money. They never give him. And then he comes on the internet. Now everything, I started, it has stopped. Museveni has not given. Don't cry for us. For me, I don't have sympathy for people who do things like that. I understand why. When you are poor, you become naive, you can be swayed, you can be manipulated easily, you can be corrupted. But however, principles matters. When God gives you a gift for you that you can come up with the idea, you can be inventive, why would you take it to this old man? Why would you take it to this old man who doesn't know how to use a smartphone? Why would you? Is that common sense? Let us try and be this principled. I'm very principled. Some people, they don't like me because I'm very principled. If you come through and say this, I say, no, it should be this and this and that. As simple as that. That is how we are, but we lack discipline. So insecurity, damage to economy is big. At this moment, we should be earning a lot and a lot because of the internet. But Museveni is hindering people. I have my maid. She learned to do mushrooms on NPS when she was having Facebook. And now she was selling lots and lots of what? Lots of mushrooms. And when I saw what she was doing, I couldn't believe it. And all her mushrooms were on order and order and order. I said, where did you learn this? NPS Facebook. And she was earning a lot of money. But remember when they shut down the Facebook, when they shut down or when they cut down the social media, we can see this young man who sings blah, 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 blah. He said he learned everything from YouTube. How singer he was watching Beyonce. If it was a duet, he would go and watch it. And then we have our own here who hasn't benefited from JB Mwonge. JB Mwonge, I commend you. Salute, comrade. You have played a significant role because communication plays a significant role. NUP has had a breakthrough because of communication. And JB has been behind that without anybody paying him. You can approach JB any time. You can speak to him. He's our enabler. He's our sacrifice. He is a true, what they call a volunteer. He will never say no. You can see how many the streams sharing. He's opening up platforms. He's been overcoming struggle, overcoming barriers after barriers after barriers. And as we speak for now, JB is JB. NRM now, they are buying bloggers. They are buying influencers. They are buying propagandists. They are buying bloggers. But we have our own JB. Imagine how much money JB can bring to Uganda. We have got UBC, which is useless. We have a parliament that when we have a parliamentary section, you can see Toro TV. How can Toro TV broadcast the parliament section and UBC doesn't? So you just put JB there and you can see the amount of money, the amount of viewership is going to bring to you, the exposure. So there has been damage to economy, which is there, damage to security, panic. You see, they went to Congo, and now they say, bypass the parliament. Now they say they have halted the operation because of poor roads. Had they used the technology, you sit down into your office, David Muhoz, wherever, you look at the map of Congo, you look at the history, you don't want to know something to do with education, look at the geography of Congo, you look at the roads, you say you are going to construct roads, and then you know the problem you have, and then you work it out, what equipments you need, what do you need. Why don't you sit? Why don't you sit and ever analyze? We have to analyze. We've got to be analytical. Now we have got on a a Kyoto platform. We have got Fazil Mayanja, second to none with his program, breaking breaking down. He can analyze, give him any information. He can analyze, super critical analysis. So what is all this? We are running into insecurity. Look what happened in the bombs. Before they tell us they were terrorists. And because of technology, people they are able to run that 2-minute video, and it comes out that that was not terrorism, because terrorism goes where the people are, where the crowd is, but this person was walking in the middle of the road. That is never terrorism. Terrorism is about killing innocent people. So the word technology, for me, I have advocated that if any people were to get into power, let us have 4 positions, only 4 positions: president, vice president, digital administration. Digital, I add up all those ministries together, and I'm going to run up Uganda on digital, and I'm going to create jobs. Why do we have Joyce Sebugwawo ICT? Why do we have a ministry as ICT? We had Frank Tumwebaze. He promised to give Kampala free Wi-Fi. Where is it? And there is a bill that they gave us 400 billions to have internet all over Uganda. But as it looks for now, 300 billion was stolen. Now they have got 100. How could that be? If we use digital, we can be able to bring people to accountable. If we use digital, Janet Museveni is not going to come with itinerary that is impossible, that she traveled with four journeys within 24 hours, and it doesn't add up. We need digital that we are going to give to the police officer, that when they stop you, it is being recorded. They cannot manipulate it. We need digital that entries will be that you cannot be able to manipulate and change it. We need digital that when you go to add on wrong information, it says to you, no, you cannot. That is where we are now, because we need to plug up these holes. When you see Betty Kamya is saying to you that she's going to fight corruption, this is a woman has been wherever she has been, political prostitute. Okay, she has been a Kampala minister, but she never opened up a Twitter handle. And she opened the last week. Is it last week or 2 weeks ago? So how is she going to cope? Problem we are having elderly people into our position of power. It's not bad to be elder, but can you adapt? Can you understand and not return into anger? That what Robert Kyagulanyi is telling you is not speaking for himself, he's speaking for Uganda. There is no service delivery. You shouldn't be like now. We should reduce even the convoy for the president, because we don't need it. We don't need it with the technology, with the advanced technology. We had he's going in Microsoft man. He gave us 4 billions equivalent. 4 billions equivalent to something to do with the computer. I don't know whether it was in cash or hard, but that Bill Gates, that money has never seen there. So we are ending up in big loss. Look at education. Big loss to the country. I told you about the impact on Uganda. Big loss. Children are not going back to school. That is big loss. We should have e-learning. E-learning. We should have YouTube. We should have e-learning for our children, whether schools they are closed or not. So that Telecom, instead of being compromised to stop opposition, to stop wherever, they should be given tax rebate. They should be given, other companies should be given subsidiaries that people that children they can be able to access. So we are ending up in big loss, financial loss, security, there is insecurity. Now they are jumping, they are snapping, they are over, they are going to Rwanda, they are going to Congo, they are in Somalia, they are in Sudan. So without understanding, it's very simple. Get JB Mwonge as our digital minister, and you can see what he can bring on the table. Uganda, we are into problem, big problem, big problem. As we speak for now, you can. It took me 1 year and a half to apply for my national ID. If we had digital, it shouldn't take me 1 year. It should take me the longest 5 working days. You can see in Uganda, now you go to apply for your passport. You decide, is it same day, 7 days, 14 days. But it ends up that people, they have got to pay bribe to get money. If we got digital, there is no way you are going to pay bribe. You'll be entitled to collect your what? Your passport, your document when it is ready. We can be able to sit online and see how far has my application gone. So NRM has been exposed big time, has challenged the NRM government, and they have refused to adapt. And because they have refused to adapt, they have returned in anger. You saw what they did to Freddie Rumbuyi, social media blogger, saying whatever he's saying. Just come out and say, Freddie Rumbuyi, we have a fact. You said something wrong. Prove the whole world wrong. But don't go to abduct him. Don't go to bring 15 cases against him. And the media now has been misused. Now, Abiriga, when he died, Namboze was the chief suspect. Where has that ended up? And now we have got, is it computer misuse? Everybody, Kakwensa, the author, everybody, Joseph Cabrera, Stella Nyanzi, we are becoming victims of challenges they are facing digitally because they don't understand. We are facing challenges that people, they won't come out and say I'm NUP onto because they fear. We shouldn't live in fear because it's our right to speak out. But how are you going to stop digital? You cannot stop it. The world is dealing on digital. My parents, they are old, they use digital. People, they are young now. We have got car which are keyless. We have got electric cars. So how are we going to move out? We had the COP to do with the environment. Uganda, we still have fumes. We still have 4x4 vehicles. People, they take it as something big. 4x4, they are polluters. We should not have them in Uganda. We have got more problems to have fumes to problems. But people, they see big car and they say that's wonderful. No, that's not me. Go to developing country. Go to Turkey, they have got these nippy cars. Go to Greece, nippy cars. Go to Malta, nippy cars. We have to live within our means. But as we stand for now, we are crying for accountability. So we have to embrace digital. Everybody teach yourself something one. It's so difficult, but when you try, you can get there. You remember 2 years ago, I've been on Twitter since 2013. I've been sharing. I was sharing with the people, they did not come on board. But slowly people, they have come on board. That is how it should be. It's not a problem. But let us share and let us try and learn and let us try and add on. Don't stop where you are. For me, I don't stop. Every day I try to add on something on myself. Don't see it that it's a man's world, that I'm not going to do it. It's men who can do it. No, it's no longer man's world. Women, they can do as well as men, they can do. But digital world has challenged the NRM, has exposed them, has embarrassed them. At this moment, they are clueless what to do. Their ego, they won't learn. That is the problem. They are failing to learn. They are failing to adapt that we live into the digital world. We can no longer hide. I got documents I get from companies that in Uganda government, they don't publish them on our ministry government. But you know what? And I'm a little bit step ahead with them because I know where you can find that document. Every time I used to post these things on Twitter, and then when I go back to check onto their platform, they have deleted those documents. But I tell you what, I have NUP manifesto, I have NRM manifesto, I have my constitution. They on my phone all the time. I encourage people download them. NRM manifesto, you cannot download it. They send it on the publishers, and those publishers, they will not allow you to download it. Can you believe it? And then they say secure future. So digital, we are going to move forward, we like it or not. Digital is the way forward. We can gain a lot, we can lose very little. We can lose very little, but we can gain a lot. We need the leaders who can adapt to digital world, because that is the demand now. COVID, you vaccinated, you can use this QR code to scan and see if you were what. Now, you digital. I got somebody is in Canada. As soon as she said her name, they brought everything to do with her. Digital, we have to embrace it. We don't have to use it to criminate other people. Digital is a freedom, is people's rights. Let us enjoy the digital. Fellow Ugandans, I commend you. Come out, show your faces, enjoy the digital. Come in the open. You are losing your rights. Why would you lose your rights? Why don't you want to speak up? Why don't you want to come in the open? The day you fear Museveni that is going to beat you up, the day you fear death, don't talk about freedom. That is what ex Malcolm, that is what he says. If you fear death, don't talk about freedom. Fellow Ugandans, embrace the digital. Come out, show yourself. There is nothing to fear. They can't kill itself. They can only kill us few, but it doesn't, I'm not missing anything. But I'm enjoying now. I'm showing myself. I'm showing my face. They want to come to me. I don't have any choice. I can't stop it. But the problem, they have not responded very well. They have responded in anger, and it has caused the Uganda problem. Now we have got a silent genocide. But can they stop the import of technology? We have a factory which is making mobile phone. We don't know where it ended. The first batch of mobile phone, when they were exported to Morocco, I don't know why. Why to Morocco? Why not sell them in Chikubo? Why not give them? So NRM has been challenged. NRM, message for you: stop going after Robert Chagulanyi. Take away that CCTV camera you put on him. It is infringement of his human rights. NRM, you have to adapt to the new world, to the digital, because there is nothing we can do. The jobs you want to create, it is more you open up the digital world, and then you can create jobs which are meaningful. And NRM, you can no longer hide wherever you used to hide, because whatever you hide, we are going to find that, you like it or not. Now we are using digital to remind you of your bad deeds. We are using digital to remind you of your past. We are using digital to bring out the voices of the dead people, like Idi Amin. We are using digital to come back after you. So there is no way to hide. You just have to come in the open and know the analog is gone. We are living in a digital world. We are living in a globalization, which means it is a small village. So media and the telecom, you have been compromised. But that goes against the duty, your ethics of journalism. You shouldn't be compromised. Telecom, you should be independent. We know Telcom, you are the biggest contributor to our annual tax revenue, but you shouldn't be compromised. You should stand the duty, because Telecom, MTN, Airtel, I'm your customer. I have an agreement with you to serve me all the time and pay you. You shouldn't cut off the internet during the election. During anything, you should never be involved into that. And there is big loss to economy, to its security, to education, to everything, job losses. How are we gonna do that? So today, 7th December 2021, that's the little I had to say about digital. So I welcome everybody who have contributed, who have who have sent messages which I'm going to read. I do take any comment as equal as each one. For me, there is nothing bad. There is we have to open up avenues to engage with the people, to talk with the people. Remember, there is election for Harriet Nakwede Kafero, LC5 Kayunga. Then we have Go Democracy Day conference. Go and join for the Twitter who are going. And remember the hashtag DNA, not DNA for your proof of birth or biological father or mother, but see democracy, not arms. So join up. That's our NUP house. And remember the fundraising for Councilor Mary is still going on. So I wish you a good day. Let's see what the day is going to come. Let's see what is coming. But the world is digital. We have to go digital, and I'm happy I'm using digital to speak to you. And that is the only way we can go. I live by nominating JB Muwonge as our minister for digital in the new Uganda. That's how we are going. Thanks, everybody. Salute. People power, our power, people power. NUP. Everywhere, NUP. Salute.